If you want God to work things out for you immediately, you need to stop being anxious of things because it is your anxiousness that limits the help of God from getting to you. You might be wondering how. How is my anxiousness limiting the help of God from getting to me? Here is how. Before we dive into this video, in this channel I share with you how I get my things figured out so you can easily get yours done and save your time. Now, bestie, let me tell you something. When you are anxious, you are indirectly assuring your mind that there is no solution to your problem and your problems are bigger than God. Why do you think your mind only flow and work in accordance to what you say or feel? And why does God only need the energy that comes from your mind to connect to you? It's because our mind is the only platform or tools that connect the spiritual world to us. Our mind is sensitive and powerful, and it possesses every energy but needs our permission to work. And wherever you pass across to it, it functions that way. You are the eyes of your mind. You are the feeling of your mind. So what you see, feel, or say that means the information passed across to your mind. That's why you need to be very careful because most times the devil uses someone close to you to corrupt your mind. Yeah, the devil can't use you to corrupt your mind. He uses someone closer to you to corrupt your mind because the devil knows that definitely you are going to listen to that person because you trust that person. The person is close to you and you have shared some things with that person. The devil uses this person to accomplish this goal. So when God sees the state of your mind, it withdraws him from reaching out to you. This is not because God is offended because you're anxious of what he promised to you or something like that, but it's because your anxiousness has created a demarcation between you and him. Your anxiousness has created a boundary between you and him, and he can't reach out to you anymore. So many of us would have gotten to our promised land by now, but we are just stuck in a spot because of our anxiousness, because of our thinking, too much thinking. For example, it just feels like you relocated to a foreign country that you haven't been to in your life. That's your first time you went to that country. You only have your phone to connect with your family. And then you took out the SIM card from your phone, expect your family to contact you. Is that possible? No. And even when your family has something good or some information to pass across to you, some valid information to pass across to you, they won't be able to pass this information to you because you have lost you that is you have totally lost connection with them. Let me throw more light on this, bestie, because I really want you to understand what I'm saying. Your faith is your spiritual SIM card. And when you take that out of you, God won't be able to reach out to you anymore. Like you have cut everything that passed across information from God to you. I don't know, but maybe you might be saying, but God has his way of blessing his children. He has his way of passing an information to his children. But I want you to know this. There are some points that God wants you to do something for him before he can do something for you. When you are constantly anxious, it gives birth to doubt. And doubt is the only thing that can separate you from God. Your sin can separate you from God. The devil can separate you from God. Your friends can separate you. Nothing can separate you from God. It is only you that can separate yourself from God. So that's why the devil wants you to feel anxious so that you can lose connection with God. Bestie, here is what nobody tells you when you ask God for something. Whatever you ask God for, whatever thing it is, always pray for grace and patience to overcome every obstacles or process that will come with it. So many people ask God for something and they forget to pray for grace and patience. Grace represents the spirit of endurance. When you have the grace of God, your capacity of enduring things is expanded. It is just like going to a war with your full armor, that is, you're ready with your sword and everything. So when you pray and don't ask God for grace, it is just like you going to a war without any, you know, fighting equipment or fighting tools, whatever it may be. When you have the grace of God, the capacity to endure things is expanded. You tend not to function on human strength anymore because you now function on the strength that is above the human power, which is the God kind of strength. Now, when you pray for patience, it keeps you from desiring less of what you ask God for. The devil only makes you anxious when you are out of patience. And when you're out of patience, your desire increases. And this is the main time the devil comes to attack you. The devil brings your friends to talk to you. He brings someone close to talk to you because now you are now vulnerable. And they start wondering why God has not done what he promised, even when he kept showing you in your dreams and in your visions. You began to feel maybe it was because of that one sin you committed. That was why God had decided to turn his back on you. Well, besties, I'm here to tell you that those thoughts crawling in your heart every single time are part of the devil techniques to disconnect you from God. The things of God brings hope and it doesn't take your peace away. See, bestie, I've been in a situation whereby it feels like God has forgotten me. Or maybe he has forgotten he created me. Have you waited on God to the extent that it feels like you are the one that made promises to yourself and not God? Like, it's so crazy. During those periods of my life, I be like, God, if truly you are the one, just give me one more sign. God, just one more sign. And I promise I will not disturb you again. Speak to my grandma. If you speak to my grandma, and that is if she like tell me what you promised me, I'm going to believe you're the one. You know, the reason why I picked my grandma is because she is not living with me actually. And I feel like she's living in a far distance, and maybe it's just going to be so difficult for God to like do that. You know, human beings and the way they think. When God finally did as I have told him to, the devil will come with another type of thought with different perspective this time. And you know what? I can't just help it. I start thinking all over again after God has confirmed to me that He is the one. I don't know if you have gone through this kind of thing, but the the battle is real. I've come to understand that you can never clear or settle all the thoughts coming into your mind with science. You can't. But you can clear them all with just one thing, one powerful thing that I discovered. By God's grace, which I will mention on the part 2 of this video, because I can see this will be a very long discussion between the both of us, which needs to be digested gradually by gradually. You know, you don't need to like rush this video. I want you to be part of this family. I just want you to be part of it because you deserve to break free from every shame. As I have broken free from my chains, you know. I've not totally broken free from my chain, you know. Why am I speaking like a white man now? Okay, so yeah, I've not broken free from my chains. I am still breaking free from my chains. So if I say I have broken from my chains, you know, it makes me feel like I am now perfect. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. If you are perfect, then you have gotten to the limit of knowing things. You won't know anything again. So I'm not perfect because I want to know more things. I'm just going to say my bye for now and see you on my next video. I love you so much. I love you so much. If you feel less loved, just know that I'm here for you and I will definitely update you on every steps I take that have helped me so that you can navigate your own path. Okay? I already miss you guys already. Bye.